Hello. Hello. Just jumping off the gun there. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday night. We are live. Thank you so much for coming here to spend the this hour with me and with my people that are here in the live chat and behind the scenes helping moderating. Bonnie and Melissa are here, and Terry's back there, and if you're new here and you've never been here before, my name is Anita, and here we talk about the proper human diet. We treat food as medicine, and I have lost 145 pounds. I'll just show you my before picture there. That is what I used to look like, and that was the old me. Let me just remove that from the stage here, get back to just me. How do I do? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about a little experiment. Before we get to that experiment that I'm really super excited to tell you about because it went extremely well, the omega-3 challenge. I want to tell you we have a giveaway. We have a giveaway tonight. I'm calling it the Omega-3 Party Pack. In this party pack, you have pretty much a day's worth of food for most of you who will try the Omega Challenge. There's a can of cod livers. There's a can of smoked oysters in olive oil. There's no seed oils in any of this. This is all the good stuff. There's a can of cloverleaf bristling sardines. We have King Oscar bristling in water and King Oscar bristling in olive oil. So we have 5 cans of fishies that are all good in omega-3s. So I want to tell you about this challenge that we did. Oh, put the word omega. There it is on the screen. I just saw it. The word omega anywhere in the comments. So in the Facebook group, we have done sardine challenges in the past. They're very difficult to do. And so, I was talking to the Facebook moderators, Bonnie and Sherry. We were talking about, we should do something and just include all fish. And then one of our members, her name is Deb Dickin. She said that she was doing an Omega Challenge. And we said, that's the name. There we go. Omega Challenge. So thank you, Deb Dickin, if you're out there. Thank you for naming this challenge. So I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to also share that we have information that you can download. We've got some great information. So first of all, we've got, let's see here. We have an omega-3 challenge guide, and you can pin this to your fridge so you remember what to buy. There's a little sauce recipe that you can pour on. There's just different tips on here. We also have, let me just find that. We have this information here. It's a 2 or 3, I think it's 3-page document. It brings the science. So all the science behind omega-3s with references, everything. So if you want to know more about why you should do an omega-3 challenge, that is your guide there. That is free to download. The cheat sheet is also free to download. So those links are down below. So please make use of those because that will help you during this. So what the omega-3 challenge is 3 days or 72 hours of any type of seafood. So it can be salmon, it can be sardines if that's what you like. Let me just get that off of there. And I would encourage you to think of the word smash. SMASH. You will see that on the cheat sheet. SMASH stands for, and I may have the order wrong or whatever, I don't know. So sardines and, no, M is next. Mackerel. You have to be able to, say it in order. So sardines, mackerel, anchovies, there's another S, salmon, herring. Those are the big five. Those are all fatty fish. That's the secret here. It's fatty fish. They're very high in omega-3s, and that is so anti-inflammatory. I tell you, yesterday I was up and down a ladder for several hours. I have this giant wisteria that I had to prune, and it didn't bother my knee at all. And some of you know I'm on the waiting list to have my knee replaced. And, I'm kind of on the fence now about that. Like, I don't know, like the last few months, I've been hitting it with as much sardines as, omega-3s, collagen. I'm hitting those things as hard as I can, trying to be very clean, and it seems to be working as far as my knee goes. Anyways, back to our omega challenge that we ran in the group. I was overwhelmed when I first put up the idea of, let's do this together. I'm going to start on, I gave a few days notice and I said, I'm going to start this Monday, the 24th of June, if anyone wants to join me. And I was overwhelmed with how many people actually jumped in. They were excited about it. They were glad they didn't have to have 3 days of sardines. They were, thrilled that they could include other seafoods, and they did. So let me just read you some of the comments. I have them here. These are random. I didn't use anybody's names. These are random comments in the group on the last day. So okay, here we go. Your post inspired me to check my numbers. Ketones 1.3, glucose 65, Dr. Boz ratio 65. For me, these numbers never happen. I can't believe the results from my dirty omega-3 challenge. So motivating. Wanted to share my success with you. I've been struggling to get back into ketosis since November 2023. Decided to take the plunge, joined the challenge. Today at 3 p.m., I will conclude my 72 hours and look at the gift I received this morning. Now, what you can't see there is there was a screenshot where they were actually in ketosis. I'm eating my last can of sardines right now. I'm at 73 hours, very pleased, more energy, blood glucose and ketones improved, and I even lost 2 pounds. And then she's talking about her Greek sauce that she's putting on it. So that's just a couple of comments. Let me do these. I'm very happy with this morning's number. 40 hours into the 72-hour omega-3 challenge. Yesterday I had a can of herring, can of smoked oysters, 2 cans of sardines, and half a can of cod liver. I added horseradish mustard, hot mustard, Frank's hot sauce. I'm happy to announce my CGM showed me I pretty much flatlined all night long, no spikes or dips. And this morning, my Keto Mojo, my ketones are low, but I've always struggled to get into the higher ketone level. Dr. Boz ratio 240 compared to 333 the previous morning. And I mean, these comments just went on and on and on. Here's another one where they lost 3.9 pounds. They are very happy with the improvement. Their ketones went from 0.3 all the way up to 1.9, blood glucose 103, all the way down to 74. And let me just get the last one here. Okay, I have it right there. I also completed the challenge, only had sardines, and found yesterday I got hungry, but not sardine hungry, so only had 1 can in the morning. Largest change in glucose and in ketones I have ever had. Next challenge, I will add other fish. I plan on eating Kim, okay, so that's fine. But it just, oh, and they also lost 3 pounds. Thanks for suggesting the challenge. And here's so for those of you who don't track, here's one. I don't track anything, but Sunday, start to finish, last night, I'm down 2.6 pounds. I've been carnivore since December 2022, so that's a lot at this point. Lost 75 pounds total so far. And last one, down 4 pounds. And since I'm close to my goal weight, this is amazing. My ketones went to 1.0, which for me is really high, as I often get a low result on my fora. I confess that I did a real sloppy version with bacon and eggs, and I still lost weight. I was very doubtful about this challenge, but I'm now a believer. My plan is to do it again sometime, but actually only eat sardines. Thank you, Anita, for doing this challenge. So these are some of the comments from my group. And I'm kind of hoping that if any of those group members or any of the other group members whose comments or results I didn't mention, if you're here tonight, I would love it if you put, how you made out with the omega-3 challenge. I'm going to tell you, I lost 3 pounds during that time, and my ketones are normally 0.5. It doesn't matter. Whenever I randomly test, they are 0.5 on as regular carnivore, and I'm actually quite happy with that. I understand that's very normal, and that zero. I've been fat adapted for a long time now, and so I don't have a lot of excess, ketones around. So 0.5 is fine. But they went all the way up to a 1 by the end of this. So, like that's sort of why we call this a metabolic reset. You just get that little boost. And by day 4 or 5, like after the 3-day challenge was done, I felt really good and energetic. My knee felt like it was brand new. It didn't feel like this old achy knee that's waiting for a knee replacement that may or may not happen now. I haven't decided that yet. Let me show you a few typical meals that I had. I made sardine salad a lot. This is salmon and sardines with a little bit of parsley. So just 1 can of each. And I would sometimes double that and just have it in the fridge to have it as a side. Like over here, bottom right-hand corner, I had a salmon fillet with butter, a little bit of sardine/salmon salad on the side. Over here, can of sardines with mustard. This is the bottom left corner, a little sardine salad on the side. My favorite thing, and this is newly discovered doing this omega-3 challenge, was can of mackerel, half a can of cod livers, a tablespoon of mayo, and mix it up. That was my favorite meal. And I had that often, and I plan to have it tomorrow for Omega Monday. So here's the other thing that that I've decided to do for July. I'm going to do Omega Monday. I'm going to have a day of seafood once a week, as well as include more seafood in my week. Meals like this, all week long. But Mondays dedicated to omegas, and I think that little boost every Monday, every week of omega-3s is going to help me, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's not like in the past when I've done the sardine only challenge, I always felt like by day 3 I was like, oh, when is this going to be over? And I never felt that because of all the variety. Yes, I looked forward to having a steak again. That was all good. But it wasn't desperate. Like, it didn't feel like, oh my goodness, this is really difficult. And one other thing that I just remembered, I'd like to encourage you to go and watch this video of the week. The video of the week was Kelly Hogan and Dr. Boz. There is the link. The link is also in the video notes. They talked about a few different things, but they talked a lot about sardines and the different experiences that they've had with their people. Kelly does coaching with people, and Dr. Boz, obviously a doctor with lots of patients. Dr. Boz talked about one of her patients who did, I think, 30 or 40 days of nothing but sardines, and the amazing health benefits that he got from that. So, you can do as much or as little as you want. There's no problems with going too long, as far as Dr. Boz goes. So, I mean, just. I guess go as long as you feel comfortable. For me, 3 days was plenty, but I'm already ready to add another day a week. So, yeah. Don't forget, I'm just going to give another reminder about the party pack, the Omega Party Pack. Put the word Omega in, and you'll have enough for an Omega Monday right here for those of you who want to do that. There you go. Okay, so let me see. So we talked about the results, and I am going to go over here to the chat and see if any of my people from the group have showed up to say what they're going to, or what they did have and what their results were. But first I want to welcome Jace. Just Jason Keto became a member. Welcome. It's about time you became a member. You're always giving those things away. So happy to have you. Smiling for You says, I can eat shrimp and I can eat canned tuna, but I cannot eat any other seafood. Any other suggestions that don't have seed oil or plants for good omegas? I actually have one other, this is a good reminder. Thank you for asking this question, because when I was looking into this, I discovered that grass-fed lamb actually, of all the meats, is the highest in omega-3s. So if anyone out there, if Smiling for You or anybody else out there can find grass-fed lamb, then go for it, because that one is high in omega-3s. And for those of you who can get grass-fed beef, I mean, it is not as high as, the seafoods that we mentioned, the smash seafoods, salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. It is not going to be as high as that. But grass-fed beef does happen to have more omega-3s than conventionally raised beef. So if that's an option for you to maybe once in a while on an omega-3 Monday to have grass-fed lamb or beef, then by all means, that would be a good thing to do. And feel free to do that. The other thing is that eggs have a good amount. I think it's in the yolks where there's a lot of omega-3. So you could just, eat the shrimp and the tuna, and then add, some other things that have a good amount of omega-3. All you can do is your best, and that's all any of us can do. So let me see here. What else we have here? Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Carmen also lost 3 pounds, and she is all in for Omega Mondays. So look forward to seeing you in the group tomorrow for our first Omega Monday. Okay. Aunt Shay Kuhn, how many cans did you eat per day? Well, it kind of varied depending on my hunger, and it wasn't always cans. So, like, for instance, the one day I ate a frozen salmon fillet in the air fryer, and I had some of my sardine salad on the side. From my past sardine experiences, I typically do 5 or 6 cans in a day. And that was pretty much true with this one too. That seems to be where my satiety level hits. Like this here would represent a day for me, most likely. And it, of course that is going to vary. But while we're talking about cans and how many cans, So a couple of things that I just want to say about having the most success when doing either the omega challenge, if you want to add other seafoods, or the sardine challenge, if you just want to stick to the sardines. So Dr. Boz suggests you start your 72 hours with a can of sardines. I started mine on Sunday night at 6:30 p.m. I had 2 cans of sardines. That's what that was my first hour. Then I did all my my days of multiple cans and whatnot. Wednesday night, hour 72 was 6:30 p.m. and I had a can of sardines right at that moment. So the reason that is very successful, rather than just saying the 3 days, is if you go hour 1 sardines, hour 2 or hour 72 sardines, and you fill in the middle with however many sardines you're going to eat. And we'll talk about that in a minute, because that's another tip I have. What happened is that I was really full from all the sardines or all the salmon and oysters. Love canned oysters. I did those too. All the salmon, the sardines, the mackerel, the canned oysters, and then I shoved the can in at hour 72, even though I wasn't that hungry. I ate it anyways. I went to bed, satisfied. I did not have anything else to eat that night, and I also do 16/8 fasting. So I did not have my first meal until late morning the next day. And that's when, I broke the fast. That gave me time to really, I had a good night's sleep. I had a high sleep score. I had all morning to think about, well, what am I going to have to break my fast? I didn't feel any, I knew I wasn't going to have sardines that day or any other type of omega-3. I just felt very calm and relaxed about what I was going, just went about my day. I have heard that some people will do the 3 days of sardines, but they don't do that, you start with, hour 1 is sardines, hour 72 is sardines. And not only that, in between, they eat as few cans of seafood, in our case with the omega-3, as possible. They barely eat enough over those 3 days. I eat as many as I can. So if you're one of those people that have heard or have experienced perhaps that the sardine challenge causes binging, I don't think it does. I think maybe not eating enough during those 3 days and feeling deprived is what causes the binging, not the sardine challenge itself. It's how you approach it. Just make sure that, I know we're not going to hit our full protein macros most likely, or maybe we won't hit our TDEE parameters most likely, but there's no reason why we can't, because these are not exactly low in calories or low in protein. For instance, this can is 180 calories on its own, and it has 13 grams of fat, and it has 0 carbs, of course, 16 grams of protein. So, it's pretty decent if you can eat 5 or 6 of these various types of seafood, then you're going to do pretty well. You may not hit what you normally hit if you're having beef, but you're going to do pretty well. You're not going to be nutritionally deprived. And I never felt that, like, I felt really good. So, if you can take those couple of tips to do the hour 1 and the hour 72 with a can of seafood, doesn't have to be sardines, it can be the oysters, for example, and eat quite a few during the day, during those days, you'll probably do really well. Okay, So let me see here. Who? Oh, hi, Kathy from the Kingdom Way. Omega-3 challenge, lost about 3 pounds. Blood sugar started at 6.1. That's our Canadian measurement there. 111 to 3.868. Wow, that's quite a drop. Blood ketones from 0.4 to a 2 at the end. That is amazing, Kathy. Thank you for letting me know that. I saw your video the other day where you fried up those sardines in bacon grease. What a great idea. I love it. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to. Okay. Let's see here. We have Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. I have weighed this morning and lost 3 pounds, but official weigh-in for the 72 hours will be tomorrow morning. Good going, Yvonne. Let me see. Is the canned salmon okay? Dee Dee, yes. I ate canned salmon. I ate sardines. Like I made sardine salad. I what I call sardine salad, and I just used can of salmon, can of sardines, and I would kind of use that throughout the day on the side as sides. So absolutely 100% canned salmon, filleted salmon. I had some frozen salmon that I threw in the air fryer, smoked salmon. I mean salmon. So think I should have made a sheet for this, but think smash. Smash is sardines, anchovies, salmon, herring. I left out a letter. Mackerel. I left out the M. So definitely do that. Okay. Let me see here. Smiling for you. Are krill oil supplements worth it if you can find a clean one? I don't even look at supplements anymore. I honestly don't. I have spent so much money over the years on supplements. Use them a couple of days, and a couple of years later, I find the jar, and I'm like, oh, it's expired, and out they go in the garbage along with the money I spent on them. So I don't know. I don't know anything about krill oil supplements. I just eat the seafood. I eat the seafood, and I believe that mackerel and sardines and those types of fish, I'm sure they eat lots of krill. I'm guessing, and so it's like why I eat the cows, right? I eat the beef, who eat the vegetables, and I don't have to eat the vegetables and the plant food because they do already. So maybe someone else can answer your question in the live chat if they know something about a good krill supplement. Okay, funny girl. What if I'm not hungry? A lot of people say they're not hungry. Somebody in the group put it in a different way, and they said, well, I was hungry, but I wasn't sardine hungry. And I say, aha, to that, because this is true. Like, if you are not hungry enough to eat a can of sardines, you're not really hungry. I question it. I question if you're hungry, okay, let's talk about, people starving in the streets of whatever war-torn country. They would die for a can of sardines, okay? So that is true hunger. What we go through is nothing compared to that. And I say that with some authority from my dearly departed mother, who went through days where, when they were on the move as refugees from Eastern Europe, and they actually, people did starve to death, and she talked about that a lot, and so I feel like I can comment on that. And what we call hungry is not true hunger. Now, that said, I heard Dr. Lisa Wiedemann say, I love that woman. I heard her say one time, if you're not eating enough cans of sardines or whatever, and in our case, we're not only talking about sardines. Remember, we're talking about the Omega Challenge, seafood of your choice. If you're not hungry, and if you're under eating for those days and putting yourself at risk for binging at the end, what she says is, suck it up, buttercup, and just eat them. And so I'm going to draw on Dr. Lisa there. And, I'm saying it with love, okay? I'm saying it with love. Anna. Oh, this is a great question. I'm glad you asked this question. Is it okay to eat fish canned in spring water rather than oil? 100% absolutely. And in fact, one of the cans in the party pack is in spring water. So, what you do, and this is where that video comes in. So watch that video. The video of the week is Kelly Hogan and Dr. Boz, where they talk about what to do if you don't trust the oils in the fish, or you can only get water-packed fish. Add 2 tablespoons of oil to compensate for that. So and it doesn't have to be oil. It can be butter. If you're most carnivores are going to add butter or tallow. Something like that, where, butter mayo, whereas keto people, olive oil, coconut oil, whatever. I love what Kathy from Kingdom Way did. She fried hers in bacon grease. Add the bacon grease. Oh, and Danny, that just reminded me. She said that she mashed up her fish in a salad with cold bacon grease, and she said it was delicious. I haven't tried that yet, but I definitely plan to. So the answer is a resounding yes. Okay, Lynn. I've been using app to list my food so I can keep up with high protein. I have failed trying to get 128 grams of protein. How do you get that much? I don't know if you're probably just talking in general and not necessarily on the Omega Challenge. So that's fine. I typically get between 120 and 150 grams a day of protein. You may find that, especially women who are doing 1 meal a day, OMAD, even 2 meals a day, two meals a day might not, if you can't eat a large enough meal to get, in your case, it looks like you're targeting 128. So say 65 or so grams of protein. You might have to spread it out a little bit. Maybe I don't know if you're intermittent fasting as well. That can play into this too. Say you have an 8-hour eating window. You might have to eat 3 or 4 times during that 8-hour window to hit your target protein. So the other thing that I would suggest is eating high protein items that don't take a lot of room in your stomach. And when I was targeting 150 grams for a period of time, my favorite thing was a can of salmon. And here it is, a perfect omega-3 food as well. A can of salmon, the ones that I buy here, they have 53 grams of protein in 1 can of salmon. And I had no trouble eating that can of salmon with other things as well on the side, like chopped egg or something, or bacon bits on top or something. Increasing the protein even more. And so look for high protein items that aren't high volume, and that might help you. So I hope that helps. Susan, I want to try different ones, like one in lemon oil. What do you think? I'm not sure what lemon oil. I have never seen one in lemon oil. I've seen like sardines in lemon, and I think they probably add some kind of oil and then a lemon flavoring or maybe lemon juice. So I'm not really sure, having not seen what the ingredients are on what it is you're meaning there. Here's a caveat too. When you're choosing these cans of fish, whether it's oysters or herring, sardines, mackerel, do not buy any that have the seed oils Last week's video of the week was Dr. Barry interviewing Dr. Shanahan, where she did an amazing presentation on seed oils. Please don't buy any canned fish with seed oils in them. And that would be sunflower, safflower, canola, cottonseed, all those types of oils. Stay far away, and just buy them if they are in water and lemon, or olive oil and lemon. That is fine. Just no seed oils. So yeah, watch that. I mean, I add lemon to mine. I make a sauce, like a lemon slash olive oil, or whatever type of sauce. It's on the cheat sheet. There's a little sauce recipe for those of you who get the cheat sheet. Actually, I'll fold up a sheet and I'll include it with the party pack, for the gift, the giveaway. Okay, Layla.903. Do you add the olive oil to your smash foods the way Dr. Boz suggests, to add 2 tablespoons to the sardines and water? Absolutely, 100%. So, or you can do butter or bacon grease or tallow or any other type of clean oil that you are happy with on your way of eating. Yes, just, pour it on top, smash it in there, whatever you like to do. Your choice. Christy Adams, how much is a serving of beef fat trimmings fried up? I heard a handful is a serving. I do not know. So I would look it up. I know that beef fat trimmings, there is an entry for it in Carb Manager. I don't understand when people say serving, because a serving for one person could be a whole plate full, or a serving for another person could be a small handful. If you are following a certain type of macros, certain set of macros, I should say, that will be your guiding point, I guess. Because, like I said, a serving is meaningless to me. I don't know what that means. I need some context, because it depends on what else you're having in the day, your TDEE, what you're targeting, all that stuff. Carb Manager does have, though, an entry for beef fat trimmings. You'll have to weigh them to figure it out, and then you'll know what macros are with whatever beef fat trimmings you have. I hope that answered that question. Okay, let's go over to the live chat. I want to say hello to some people here. Bonnie says, where did it go? I clicked on it. There it is. Measuring with a scale is necessary if you want accuracy. Yes, exactly. So it's hard to know, a handful. I'm one of those people. I remember back in the day when I was trying all the different diets out there. And trust me, on this journey, I've tried many. There would be things like, say, Weight Watchers or whatever thing I was doing at the time, where they would say half a cup of this or a quarter cup of that. Boy, my cups were heaping. So, those are the types of things that, those are the games I played in my head for, they weren't really a half a cup. I would just stuff those cups. Okay. Oops, wrong one. Melissa says there's an entry in Chronometer for beef fat trimmings as well. And I might have misspoke. I might have meant Chronometer. I knew one of them had it. For some reason, I thought it was Carb Manager, but maybe it's in both. So that would be good. Okay, let me see. Susan says she's getting olive oil and some with spring water and adding her own olive oil. That is perfect. Christina says she doesn't trust the olive oil as she believes it's not 100% oil, but mixed with seed oil. And that's, I hear that a lot from people. And of course, we have no way of knowing. And, do we trust what they say? Many people don't. So it's always, go with your gut and what you think, is the right thing to do. Buy the water packed ones and add your own. That will make you feel better about the whole thing. And so there you go. Just Jason Keto says, remember to hit the like button, everyone. It really helps. I appreciate you so much. You always are here to remind people of that. So thank you so much. Let me see here. Danny, there's Danny. She says she's going to make that smash tomorrow for Omega Monday, but we'll add some avocado and bacon grease. I think that is perfect. That is amazing. Oh, look who's here. Darveet. Hi, Darveet. You had a few spare minutes, so you came here to say hello. I love that. Thank you so much. Darveet is a moderator over it with Dr. Chafee and all of his amazing moderators there. I appreciate you visiting here. What else? Who else have we got here? So Debbie feeds her dog a raw diet now, and basically your dog and you eat the same food. Okay. So is your dog going to do omega food as well? That is amazing. She eats it raw and you eat it cooked. Wonderful. I like hearing stuff like that. Christina, she didn't do the challenge, but she did try a can just to see if she could stomach them. And actually not bad. Tasted like tuna mixed with a little mayo. There you go. You see? Some people just need to have a chance to give it a try and see how they like it, because you just never know. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I'm just going through here. There's another person over here I recognize. See you later, Nick. Thanks for stopping by. Nice to have people from other channels coming by to visit us. Lynn says she can do a can of omega-3 to also help get calcium and protein, and that is so true. I'm focusing tonight on omega-3s, but you're getting calcium, especially if you choose the ones with the skin and the bones. I know not everybody will do that, and not everybody believes me when I say you cannot taste them in there. You really can't. They're so soft. But that's where you're going to get a lot of calcium and a lot of protein. So good for you. This is great. Okay. Supplements. Now, I am seeing a couple of comments in here about fish oil supplements. And so I agree. Fish oil supplements do go rancid very quickly. So you do have to be careful with those. Make sure if you do buy them that they are fresh, that they are from a trusted source. Keep them in the fridge. Just Jason Keto says a lot of fish oil is rancid before you even buy it. Yes, I've heard that too. Mike Shaw TV, hello there. He would like to get his fishing license now. Absolutely 100%. That would be a good thing to do, is to get out there and get those fish and do that. Always discovering I love fish. I grew up on it, but my body has turned on me now. And if I eat shrimp, oysters, or crab, my inflammation goes through the roof. Any suggestions on how I can overcome this? Now, shrimp, oysters, and crab are shellfish. What about the swimming fish? So there is a difference between the swimming fish and the shellfish. And so I mean, it's hard to overcome an issue where like you could even have a shellfish allergy. That could be something that you're experiencing. So, but I would like to know, or maybe you're not sure, but swimming fish are even better, I think, like the sardines, the mackerel, the herring, salmon, those. If you can eat those, that's where you're getting the real good doses of the omega 3s. So look into that, and I hope that that's the case. Okay, let me just pop back over here. And Elizabeth Ellis says the Dr. Boz and Kelly Hogan conversation was great. Yes, I got a lot of inspiration from that video. And it was that video where we actually kind of started cooking up the idea of doing this challenge, the omega 3 challenge. We just didn't have a name for it until Deb Dickin in the group said she was doing an omega 3 challenge. And so then we realized, yeah, that's what we're going to call it. Such a great name. So thank you, Deb, if you're here. So let me see here. I have lost my way over. Okay. Yes. Sometimes I lose myself in all the different chat windows here. Okay. Donna says she mixes water pack sardines with olive oil, a dab of Primal Kitchen mayo, and a teaspoon of dill relish. Delicious. That sounds really good. I like, so the dill, some of the relishes I find I get shocked when I read the ingredients on them, and I know you're just using a little tiny bit, so that is fine. But another thing you can do is just chop up a teaspoon of pickle, and I have found that just chopping up a little bit of dill pickle and throwing it in the salad with mayo, it tastes like your like tartar sauce, and I really like that. I enjoy that a lot. So let's see. Mike says a lot of people don't like sardines, so I can see how most undereat. Yeah, so that's why we had the conversation about making sure you eat enough cans in the day. Yvonne says, other than the sardine only challenge, I had way over 1,000 calories with the omega 3. The cod liver has a lot. Yes, this one has a lot. The cod livers, the whole can is about 450 calories for the whole can if you're eating the cod liver oil with it as well. So there's no oil added to the cod livers. It is the fish's own oil. It's the cod liver oil. Those livers are canned with the oil. And that is very high in calories. And just let me check the protein. What's the protein on that? Oh boy, it's tiny printing here. So it's about 15 grams of protein for the whole can. This one has a goodly amount of fat. I need better I need better glasses. I can't tell if that says 50 grams of fat or what, but okay. I need to bring a magnifying glass with me next time. Honestly, can't even see that. Okay. See, Debbie, encouraging other autoimmune challenged people to continue to give the sardine or the omega 3 challenge a try. I'm by no means healed, but I think it may very well just need time and patience. Thank you, Debbie. I hear that a lot from, the people that have an immune condition. Some have multiple immune conditions, autoimmune conditions. They report in the comments on some of my videos that the 3 days wasn't enough for them. They didn't really see much difference. And I do think it takes longer. So yeah, that's the unfortunate thing with the underlying condition. So good for you for trying it. I know that you worked hard on it. Janine Green, I just received your egg fast recipe book and I love it. I'm all stocked up and ready to go. So there's another metabolic reset that I love, which is the egg fast. And I want to tell you guys that about just under a year ago, I combined the sardine challenge with the egg fast, and I did every meal I had sardines and eggs, and just whatever way I wanted, and that also works. That also works. So, and again, eggs have a good amount. Not as many as, of course, the seafood, but eggs do have some omega-3s in them. And so that's another way that you can mix up this challenge. It doesn't have to be all sardines. Doesn't have to be even just cans of fish. Some people in the group, and I know Dr. Lisa Wiedemann has done this. She has done it just with making different sardine recipes out there. So that brings me to my playlist. I have a playlist also linked below in the video notes. This is all of my sardine and seafood recipes. It also includes a couple of Kelly Hogan videos, a couple of Dr. Bod's videos, and a couple of Dr. Lisa's videos. Because, just making some of these recipes in your regular rotation, or what if you didn't even open up a can of fish and just eat it right out of the can like some of us do? What if you made Dr. Lisa's seafood bisque, which is excellent? What if you made the sardine chicken, and there's a sardine chicken pickle egg, chopped egg salad that is also delicious? What if you made that? What if you made different recipes using all these different things and eggs? And I have a sardine waffle recipe on there, and I think I may have a salmon waffle recipe. I have crab cakes. There's another one. There's all kinds of seafood recipes, and they're in that playlist. So just look through there, get some ideas. If you had 3 seafood meals per day, for your challenge, I bet you're going to see some amazing results as well. Okay. Deb Dickin. Oh, she must be in the room tonight because Melissa's calling her out. Thanks for coming up with the best name ever. And those are a bunch of trophies lined up. Thank you so much. Carmen, so can I eat the egg loaf tomorrow too? As long as you eat it with a can of sardines on the side. Go for it. Go for it. Yep. I'm just teasing. You can do what you want. But, just... and don't eat the whole egg loaf like some of the people are doing. It is that delicious. It is very delicious. So maybe I'm not kidding. Maybe have a couple of pieces of the egg loaf and have some seafood on the side. Like sardines or oysters or salmon or whatever. So just a couple more comments. We're going to go and check on the giveaway. Just Jason Keto. Completely off topic, but did you get a play button from YouTube? Hang on. I most certainly did. And, I should show this more often, but there it is. I got it. Yes. Thanks for bringing that up, Jason. Okay. And I seem to have set off the dog alarm by doing that. And one more from just Jason Keto. Sardine chaffles are good. Now, Jason has got a gazillion chaffle recipes on his channel. Chaffle everything. Any kind of chaffle recipe you can think of, he's got it. So are you telling me, Jason, you have a sardine chaffle? That's pretty amazing. And if you don't, you need to make sure you put one on there and let me know, and I will add it to my playlist as well. So let's see how we are doing on the giveaway, because we are getting in the final time. Oh, there's my meals again. Okay, there we go. Oh, here we go. We're gonna check and see. All right, you guys, this is your last chance to put the word omega in. So do it quick because we're about to do the draw. Okay, here we go. Let's see who is going to be our winner. I was Marcia Staley. Okay, all right. I gotta write this down. My pen disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, Marcia Staley. Okay, so Marcia, what I need you to do is to send me an email at ketogenicwoman@gmail.com. And I need, your full contact information so that I can fill out one of those thingies at the post office and mail off your party pack. You have won the party pack. So send me that information, and this will be off to you shortly, within the next day or so. So let me just, we have time for a couple more questions. Nope, there's no more questions in the question column. So I'm just going to go over to the live chat and see what's happening there. I wanted to know this too. Danny uses, when she makes the bacon grease sardines, she uses room temperature bacon grease. So thank you for clarifying that. And let's see what else we have here. Hi, Martha. It's good to see you, Martha. Glad that you were able to come. Martha was our biggest cheerleader. She just kept cheering us on. Okay, I have to share this one. Martha, this is from Danny. Martha, I loved your Just Another Omega Monday, and now that song is stuck in my head, and now we're going to give it to everybody else here. Everybody else. Start thinking about that song. Okay. Okay, so I think... Lynn, I eat breakfast and lunch, omega-3, the good one, and omega-6 not, but we need a small amount. Okay, I think there must have been some conversation in there about omega-3 and omega-6 ratios. So this is why you need that handout, because we explained all that in the handout. There's good information in there. And it's important to know that omega-3s are the good ones, and you definitely want to have more omega-3s than you do omega-6. So let's go. We are down to the wire here. Just want to make sure there is no other... Oh, and here's a suggestion from somebody. Putting the actual dill spice works as good as doing the pickles. Okay, so that would be for if you're making one of the salads. This is a funny one. Mike says, back in the day, cod liver oil was a punishment, but I love it. There was a time when every medicine cabinet, I mean, if you're of a certain age, like my age, there was a time when that little or big jar of cod liver oil existed in everybody's medicine cabinet, and you got it whether you needed it or not. And they were on to something. I have to say, I think our grandparents knew a heck of a lot more about common sense nutrition than anybody knows today. So here we go. Okay, let's see. And I'm seeing some stuff in here about totally other things. Susan's making a wedding cake. Yeah, I don't envy you, Susan, for that. So I guess I think we're pretty much at the end. We're in the last minute. And so I'm going to take a moment to thank you guys for coming. Please, winner, the person who won, Marcia, please send the email about this. Every now and then we get someone who doesn't, contact me. So would love to see that your address coming up. Jason says he has a spot reserved on the wall for his play button one of these days. That's good. You know, you got to have goals, right? So make sure you keep that spot open. And his channel is called Just Jason Keto, just like his name there. And like I said, he's got some cool things, chaffle recipes there. Dee Dee says, is there a transition of certain foods to follow after the 72 hours? I would just eat something light. Some people will have bone broth. Some people will have. I had a burger. I was ready for beef. So anyways, that is our last question. So we're at the hour, so I'm glad I was able to get to it. I want to truly thank you guys for coming and being here on Sunday night. Enjoy the rest of you. If you guys are Canadian, happy Canada Day tomorrow. We get to sleep in tomorrow, most of us. And, I appreciate you being here on a long weekend as well. So we'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Love you all. Happy Omega Monday tomorrow.